Yo. Where we at? Big up everyone, man. Come on, man. Sunday service, man. Early, midday. Yeah, you're probably gonna get another Sunday service later from my brother, Jed's Red Pill Trill. Big up. You get me on Triluminati Live. Make sure you tune in and all that. You get it? But yeah, we doing Sunday school right now. Early Sunday school. Big up everyone who's tuning in or gonna tune in or whatever. You get me? Yeah, man. No football for me today, so I got time for you guys. You get me? But yeah, man. Let's go in, man. Sunday service, innit? Know what I mean? Let's get into some religious stuff. Big up Silverback, man. Come on, man. My brother. Straight away. Early doors. No playing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even started sending out the collection plate yet. That's how church works. You get me? Big up everyone, though. Big up Bibi Nana. Come on, man. Salam alaikum. You get me? Big up yourself. Yes. So, all right, let me just play this little video. Sunday. It's a quiet one. You get me? Let's see what used to happen back in the day. Some of these religious debates. Mm-hmm.
You can correct me. Maybe next Sunday, come back and correct me because I'm ready to be corrected. Yeah. I don't stand still on my arguments, you know? I'm not like that.
None of us should.
That's not good. So now come back to the point. So Ham, which is the ancestor, and the land of Ham, which is the land of the Cushitic people, they both have the same meaning. And they all have the same definition. So and historically, I also was reading this. I'll show you a Hebrew. Let me show you this Hebrew. This is a Hebrew translation. I even took a picture of it.
Are you trying to say that the same people then?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Big up Dublin. Come on, man.
I've got it. There's the. So you've got Noah. That's how you spell Noah, because you can't say the. So you can't write it. So that's how you write Ham.
Yeah.
This is like from the Vulgate Bible.
Yeah.
Right. And also that's the Vulgate Bible. So if you look, just swipe it up. Yeah. So if you sorry. It's very confusing for me. So the word Ham, which is the ancestor of the Cushites, right, and the land of Ham, which is the land of Ham, anyways, where the Cushite people come from, right, and also historically, the Bible, as a Muslim, I agree, the Bible is not entirely correct.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, we've got God and we've got three gods and so on and so forth. But at the same time, there are things, as a Muslim, I believe that the Bible is mostly. Sorry, I'm muffling a bit. Sorry.
You got to understand.
There's something I'm trying to remember. Basically, you see, the Bible when it was first written, when Moses was around, it was only composed of few tablets and few what's it called? It was just the word of God. Right. But as time passed, Jewish and other people had made commentaries on it. You understand? So the things that we're reading is actually the word of God, but it's the words of God according to the Bible and the commentaries of other people. So through this, the commentary of other people, the people that are commentating or giving the commentary of these words of God, are also trying to read that. So what they're trying to do, they're translating the word of God according to their narrative, at the same time giving the historical landmass of where they come from. Right? So the Bible kind of complements. If Ham is from Ham, right? And what's the Cush? If the Bible says Cush was the son of Ham, but the land of Cush was known as Ham, so it kind of, it's the main link that,
Here's the issue that I have.
Go on.
That the nation or the people or the land Cush existed long before, period-wise. When we have that conversation in terms of the time periods, right, prior to the person that would have been called Cush. That's a problem for me. The other thing is that you said, what did you say? You said, oh, it's gone out my head what you said.
I'll give you all the time, remember.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's gone out my head. But again, my only point in this is to look at how we define
So I want to go back to that. I want to go back to that point where you made
I know.
I want to go back to that point where you made like the what's it called? The name Kush
Yes.
predates the Kush of the Bible.
Yes,
Well, I didn't do anything. I
I'm
didn't do
saying that.
anything.
So Kush is a land, a nation of people. Yeah, and I'm saying that I don't think it's possible for it to be
I'm just
be
peeking.
named after one of Noah's grandsons, because as far as time period, the period where the land Kush existed would have been before the time of Noah. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make any sense to me. So that's what I say to you. Not that the term, when they use the term Kush in the Bible, it has no relevance.
Big
I'm
up
just saying
Axum.
that
Come on.
how they use Kush in the Bible
Jeez.
doesn't pertain to actual history.
So are they
Yeah,
using it
that's
as a
what I'm saying.
land or people, landmass,
What, from my understanding, and I don't claim to be an expert on the Bible,
no, just your
but
personal
it's one of Noah's grandsons, which then became
Bibi Nana,
known
you're
as a
funny,
people,
you know.
because the people were named after.
I just
Noah's
realized what
grandsons.
you're talking about.
So the Cushitic people, which that's the kind of things there, right? So I'm saying now, this is what I was gonna say, right? I'll go back now, yeah. You when you said about most of the Abrahamic religions, they formulate on the continent. Yes and no. I'm going to say yes and no to that.
Okay, go on.
Yeah?
Give me the yes and the no.
Right. So, yes, there is a strong influence from the traditions of the Nile Valley in Abrahamic religions, but the specificity of Abrahamic religions coming about, from my reading of history, actually formulates itself in relation to foreigners and people of the Nile Valley interacting. After times based upon invasion, I'll give you an example. The Coptic Church, for example.
Repeat that
yeah,
again.
all right. I'll repeat through this example. The Coptic Church, for example, comes into being, during the period of Greek occupation of Kemet. Yeah, so it's a mixture of the Greek tradition and the ancient Kemetic tradition. You know what I'm saying? And the Coptic tradition informs the development of the Abrahamic traditions in general. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to disagree completely, but I'm saying that, so there's a Coptic, which you could say is mixed. But then when those people go and they take it, right, and they come back with something else. You know what I'm saying?
It's a hybrid of
different things, but I'm saying that the hybrid is in Kemet at that time, in Egypt at that time.
Okay.
But then they go and they come back with some other stuff. Right now, I'm saying that then now, if you look at Ethiopia, which has a long history, but if you go to Ethiopia, the history that you're going to get of Ethiopia pertains to Makeda relationship with Solomon, and it's as though Ethiopia don't have no history before Solomon and Sheba. But Ethiopia exists long before Solomon and Sheba. So I'm saying that the history has been colonized to the point whereby people don't even recognize their history before this Abrahamic tradition.
Okay.
That's my point. And I'm saying that, but the evidence suggests the oldest human finds that we have come from what is now called Ethiopia. Yeah, so that those people had nation and civilization long before. Why don't we know about that? And so coming from now, somebody who has Rastafari influence within my spiritual outlook, it's one of the things that Rastafari have always debated, because people are like Solomonic, yeah? One second, I'm going to finish, yeah? But then there are other Rastas who are saying, well, why are we always focusing on Solomon when His Majesty Emperor Selassie said his lineage originates before Solomon back to an emperor called Uri, yeah? Who's far more ancient than Solomon. So now people are looking for, well, who is Uri? Right? That's what I'm saying. And because it's older than that. So my thing is we have to judge who we are and trace our lineage from an African perspective, not an Abrahamic perspective.
But
Because right, go on.
I'll just I guess your opinion as well on this.
Right.
I guess it's maybe being Christian or being Muslim or whatever. People are just trying to fit their lineage
And I get
in
it,
that box.
and I get
See
it,
what I mean?
but that's what I'm saying
So-
that's what I'm saying is destructive to who we are. Because I'm saying
That's
that
true.
I'm saying that people, and I challenge the Abrahamic thing in general.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if for brothers and sisters who are in it, we should be able to adhere to a religion without having to negate our ancestry
What you mean? Where you came
to be a
from,
part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have that problem as someone who does African spirituality, because my lineage and my spirituality is aligned. It's not a problem for man. It's always, right?
You know what, personally, what I believe is that it could be basically people may not like what their ancestors were. So let's say if someone used to worship animals or something. So, even worship idols, for example.
I want to come back to what you said.
Yeah. Go.
Maybe it could be just that and say, oh, you know what?
I'm going to come back to what you said. But let everyone else.
Go on.
You're right in saying that we need to look after what's it called, the history of Africa through the African eyes. You get me?
Yeah.
That's something that I support as well, and something that I agree with. But at the same time, there are historical forms, right, that actually talk about what's it called, the history. Like there are like, sorry, you see, the Abrahamic religion, as you put out, it does mention. So all I'm taking from the Abrahamic religion is the history that it mentions, because you have denied a man or a person who had existed, right, and by the name of Ham, who had existed. You said he did not exist, or something like it's not something that you would say.
I don't believe he existed, but I'm saying if he existed, the nation of Cush existed before him. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
What you're saying, there's people before.
That's true. But
he came to deliver the message.
I understand the point he's coming from. It's coming from a biblical point of view. Because within
I don't think he is.
I'm not.
What he's saying, regardless of
no.
Bible, whatever.
When he says,
there were people there,
and
then someone came with the message.
I know what he's talking about.
So
what he's trying to say,
the
thing with the Bible is that he tries to put what's it called, Noah, Ham, and all these people into a certain what's it called, database, or into a certain date or time or time frame, right? But for example, within the Bible, you've got the Bible saying that the earth was created, what's it called, 6,000 years ago. So there are actually Christians who believe the earth was created 6,000 years ago, right? And when you look at the Bible, it'll be like, this is in the Bible, right? But what I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to put what's it called,
into a period.
What I'm trying to say, these people exist. And the Bible and other Abrahamic religions do confirm that the names existed. And these people, and what's it called, and and just like the Bible says, Cush. The Bible puts Cush in a certain
time period.
Time period and a place.
But you're saying the Quran doesn't do that.
No, the Quran doesn't do that. Right. So the Bible puts what's it called, Cush, into a land. Like this is where the Cush people live. And this is where they've been. And it's the River Nile. Blah blah blah. Right. And how strong and powerful they were. How they were kingdoms and empires. You've got all of that in the Bible. It's 100% correct. Right. However, and then it also shows you.
I don't know if it's 100% correct, but there's some correct information.
No, I'm not saying that particular information. When they talk about where Cush lived, or the Cushitic people lived, where they come from. You know what I'm saying? In that area that they have pointed to be where their home was, it's correct.
I can go with that.
We cannot deny that. You understand?
But the same would go for so-called Egypt. Where the land is.
The same thing with Egypt. So they connect Egypt to Cush. You understand? So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that even though the Bible gives this historical event a certain historical time or moment, I do not agree with the historical time. What I agree upon
is the names of the people.
Is the names of the people and the place that was mentioned, and the migration passage.
So the only thing that we disagree on then is whether the land, whether the lands preceded what was called in the back. So whether, for example, Cush was named after Noah's grandson, or it pre-existed Noah's grandson.
So, for example, when you say Cush is older, like what's it called, the name Cush is older than Ham. When you say that, you actually looking into the Bible and saying, you know what?
I'm looking to the Bible. I'm looking at African history, and I'm saying, but what this Bible is saying doesn't match up with the history.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
You see the African history you're looking into?
Yes.
Is it influenced by the Bible, or is it separate
separate from the Bible?
Maybe influenced by the Bible.
I don't regard the Bible as a history book.
You keep records. What I was going to say is, to add to what you lot are saying, you see this Cush. Cush. What was the place in Ethiopia called Cush? There was no place in Ethiopia called Cush.
Personally, I don't know.
Right. Cush was the capital for the Nubians in Nubia, in Sudan.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? It's an ancient city of Cush.
It wasn't.
And an ancient people. You know what I'm saying?
Ethiopia.
Their thing was agriculture. So they built these big kind of cylinder tubes that they put the grain and blah blah blah. This is what they're synonymous with. You know what I'm saying? This is way back. And as my brother said, if you match it up with the Bible, it still way predates. You know what I'm saying? So we can understand. Remember that Ethiopia was a Egyptian province. So, or it was just Upper Egypt. It's Upper Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Lower Egypt is thing because we're following the Nile, isn't it? And the Nile goes downstream. So down into the Mediterranean. So then at the end is the basin. So the end is the basin. So that's lower. It makes sense.
So, like, for example, so there's nowhere in the Bible that it mentions Tarseti, for example. Yeah, Tarseti. Yeah, right. Now I'm saying that the people of Kemet called the land south of them Tarseti, the land of the bow. So and right?
President Sudan or even further.
President Sudan, but a bit, probably a bit more than that. Yeah,
South Sudan
and Ethiopia.
Right. That's what I'm saying. My point is that so now we can find Tarseti in the records of the ancient people of Kemet. You're not going to find it in the Bible. Yeah, you're not going to find the name Kemet in the Bible. You're going to find Egypt. That's what I'm saying. Whereas the people of Kemet don't call themselves Egyptian. Yeah, Egypt is a very recent terminology because it comes about with the people that call them Egyptian, which was the Greeks, right? And that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that when we
the term Egypt comes from another term it goes like this. It goes like, is it Egypt? Something like that. I think it's Egypt. Come from, that's an Egyptian term. Egypt. I can be corrected.
That's Coptic, isn't it?
No, it's not Coptic. No, it's Egypt. It's Egypt.
Isn't that that's where the Coptic get the...
Wait, yeah, I can be corrected on that, but yeah.
What he says is a good point in terms of the Coptic thing. But
but come back to the point. Look, what was his name? Shakara. Yeah.
Yes.
What you're saying about when you say the name, according to the Bible, the name Cush, right? Sorry, the name Ham precedes the name Cush. According to the Bible, you're correct.
Yeah.
Because the Bible also, what you need to understand is that as time passed, the Bible was made to serve the needs of certain people.
Yeah.
So you have after the Vulgate Bible. There was the Tyndale Bible, right? After the Tyndale Bible,
all that.
You know what I'm saying? There was, you know what I'm saying? So everyone,
but
to the extent, hierarchies and kings and queens were writing their own Bible.
No, I hear you.
To control their people.
But my thing is, beyond the specifics of the Bible, it's the tradition.
Yeah.
Right? It's the tradition, and us validating that tradition above all else. So it's a thing whereby now we're not trying to find our actual lineage in ways that anybody who tries to find a lineage will find a lineage.
Yes, Ari, that is Shakara. You know what I'm saying? That's Shakara. There you go. If you didn't know, you know. You get me? No, Shakara's got his own channel. Shakara Speaks. So yeah, anyone want to sign up to Shakara thing? You might see one of the debates on there that we had about the Marcus Garvey thing on there. Yeah, man. I think that was his first video on there. You know what I mean? But he's putting in work, man. He does his stuff, man. He's a real good at his craft. You know what I mean? Big ups, my brother Shakara. Come on.
Let's try to validate ourselves within this tradition. That's what I'm saying, right?
Again, isn't that the issue of the faith? So Muslim, Christian, whatever.
It all happens. My point is that in all of these traditions, whether it's the Judaic or the Hebrew, the Christian, or no disrespect, the Muslim, you will find Africans trying to validate themselves into the people group that this is that they see when they read the text. Yeah, in my humble opinion, this is what Black Hebrews are doing, this is what Black Christians are doing, and this is what a lot of Black Muslims are doing.
But then again,
so where I see Africans who are blatantly just both Africans fight each other based upon the perception that one is Arab and one is not. Yeah, when both of them are African. Yeah, but because some might have a better claim to Arab lineage, they feel that they're closer to the Prophet, so to speak. Yeah, right. And we're fighting over this. This to me is an expression of us using an Abrahamic religious definition to define ourselves beyond our ancestry.
So just to add to that, maybe the bit I disagree is with that's something else. I believe the Arab getting close to Arab.
But to be honest, I think that to me only, but it only exists in an environment that teaches us that this thing is the superior thing to all else, and so therefore we must validate ourselves by this thing.
But what I believe is it also again could be the same way. For example, in like Benin and stuff, the practicing of voodoo. So people look at that as that's witchcraft, sorcery,
again,
paganism.
Why though?
Because of the religious
indoctrination.
I believe it's more that.
But I agree with you. But I'm saying that,
this
bro,
trying to be more
I totally agree. I totally agree. But this is the point that I'm making. All religions venerate ancestors, every single one, right? And I'm saying that usually, when if you're in a spiritual order, that comes from your people, normally you venerate the ancestors of your people.
But then what if
Normal.
that is a total head-on-head clash
with your religion?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that, and I'd agree with you, but and this is my essential issue.
I get your point.
No,
saying,
I know, but
where you're saying, look, believe what you want to believe, in, but don't deny.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't deny the
right?
ancestry.
I'm saying to me
history,
personally, I'm on the ancestor thing all day. So I'm saying that what we've got to now is what I believe is the fundamental contradiction with our relationship with these traditions as African people. You know what I'm saying? Because I like,
you see yourself in it.
Right. And what I'm saying is, so for me, I don't have that contradiction in the sense of the fact that, like,
I agree with you.
Spiritually speaking, the same ancestors that I would venerate validate my spiritual alignment. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that we're living in 2019. I'm not going to ask any African in Islam or Christianity or whatever to completely that shit where. I might encourage you, but you know what I'm saying?
Again,
we'll have a conversation, right? But
what happens?
But I'm saying that at least, when it comes to who we are, we've got such a history that we cannot afford
to just negate
it.
I agree with you
just because we want to be Hamite. And also that those designations at the moment are causing divisions between us. Right, so we're now dividing ourselves according to who's a Hamite, a Shemite, and not, right? And really, we're probably none of those things. And we probably better be able to define ourselves based on what we actually are. And what we actually are, whatever religion we're in, what we actually are may be a force to forging more unity between us. If we understood that we have more of a shared origin.
Now, this is the point I want to discuss. I believe, how could we have that unity if, for example, whoever from whatever faith has that religious belief that I'm on the right path? He's worshiping some pagan god.
The same way I'm doing it now, bro. As an African spiritualist, when I come, go on.
Just to add on, he may see that as, that's just like
devil business. And it happens.
So,
but bro, I've said that, I've said this many times. When I come and proclaim traditional African religion, I know that off the bat, my Abrahamic brothers and sisters regard it as devil worship. I have to accept that. And still be able to relate to my brothers and sisters, knowing they don't necessarily hate me. They just believe I'm dealing with devil worship, and they believe that I'm going to what do you say? I say Arabic again. Adab. Jahannam. What's it called? Right? That's what you believe, and you're entitled to believe that. Like, as long as when I'm pouring libation, when I got my shrine, you ain't trying to kick it down. We ain't got no problem. Seriously.
But as long as you're not doing voodoo on people, we haven't got no problem.
We ain't got no problem. But this is the thing. No, and I agree. But a part of the and a part of this is because most of us, when we say voodoo, we don't actually know what we're talking about. Them lights are strong, because that's the second house that happened.
Shakira, look.
Let there be light.
Let me come back. I need to come back to the point because we keep going away. And the point we're still talking about the history of Ham and Ham and Kush. Malcolm made a statement saying that the name Kush was the name of the land, something like that, right? Am I correct?
The capital.
He said the name Kush was the capital of the land, but not the name of the people.
However, I think there's some truth to that. I do understand that there were the people that were named after a while, but that's not unusual. Sorry, let's clarify. In the sense of the fact that sometimes a particular province of an empire becomes strong within it, and then the nation becomes known as that.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But to say that the people were not known as Kush, that's not correct.
Okay,
you understand? Come back to the other point.
Well, we're known as
now.
If they're known as Nubians, then they're known as Nubians.
Look, the people in Nubia, the name Nubia comes from Nubians, which means slaves, right? So basically, what's it called? There are two people that used to inhabit in so-called Nubia, Kushitics and what's it called, Nubia. So later on, right, the Nubians, some of them rejected that name Nubia and took the name Barabbas, right, which was their ancient name. But still, there are also people who were known as.
Isn't Barabbas Greek? Does it have a similar origin to the Berber? Which it means savage.
No, it's Barabbas.
If you're a Nubian, one of the tribes that you descend from are called Dongolawi. You understand?
I don't know that.
You've never known that. So that's why I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, two of them,
With
yeah.
the origins of what it is to be Nubian.
This
or
is a
Nubian.
book. This is a book on I've taken
And the word
No.
nub,
I've taken some notes.
the word nub means gold.
But this is the
No,
thing,
no.
because my essential point to from my argument that I was bringing, though, you know, is because in a sense of separating between Cushitic, so-called Negro, Bantu, and that kind of things there,
Yeah.
don't make no sense to me in the sense of the fact that if we're really talking about it, if the people like, so one brother came up to me today, yeah, I said, if Baku went to Sudan, yeah, South Sudan, yeah, right, he looked like the Sudanese. I probably wouldn't, yeah, because my soldier come through a different thing, right? Maybe put more melanin in the skin. I might, you know what I'm saying? But that's what. But I'm saying that if that's part of the area, yeah, in which the land that we're talking about, Kush and the Cushitic people come from,
Right.
then this stark separation that we're drawing between Negroid and non-Negroid is not indigenous. This is a European designation.
Exactly, yes.
Right? This what I'm saying. This is not. So I don't know of a Negroid, non-Negroid separation indigenously in the continent of Africa. I don't know of it.
So at one point, the old Negroes to them anyway.
Right, to them, right?
Yeah.
And another brother made a good point to me in terms of this whole non-black argument. When he said that
I didn't know we were talking about that, but
no, we're not. I'm saying that this was my essential point in terms of how we're defining ourselves. Yeah, because I'm saying that if various groups in East and Central Africa have lineage from what we call Kush, Nubia, Tarseti, wherever, how is it we're defining everybody as separate and distinct, and they don't have no relation to each other, and I'm this and I'm not that, and it don't make no
that's
sense.
simple. No, it does make. I'll tell you how it makes a clear, good sense.
Yeah.
Right? Look, it goes back to the same thing as tribes and clans, right? For example, you've got the Cushitic family,
Yeah.
right? You've
Yeah.
got the Berber family,
Yeah.
and you've got the Negroid family. But
Yeah.
the word Negro, I don't want to use it,
Yeah.
but I'm going to use Bantu instead,
Yeah.
because that's a name that's used in
Okay,
Africa, right?
alright, go on.
And you've got the Bantu family.
Yeah.
So you've got different, what's it called, people
Yeah.
who carry different names
Yes.
that have different looks from each other.
Yes.
Right? So the point I'm trying to make is that, you see, the people of the Kush,
Yes.
they only marry among each other.
Yes.
They're busy trying to, expand into other lands
Yes.
and do their own thing.
Yes.
And if they expand to other lands, what they will do, they will capture slaves or take over people
Right.
and marry into their women.
Right.
That's something that could happen. Now, no.
Right.
The same thing can happen to the Bantus.
Yes.
Like there's a Bantu family,
Yes.
what's it called, that look different,
Yes.
and they're powerful. They're out here, expanding
Yes.
and taking over lands, and wherever they come through, they'll either take slaves or intermix with whoever they link up with. You understand?
Here's the
So
issue.
now the difference between the line has already been aligned, right?
Yes.
For example, you can't say
Yes.
a Mongoloid,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And what's it called? And the Chinese or Japanese are the same thing. Can we say that?
Why not? In the theories of races,
No.
aren't they descended from the?
They're all
the-
Mongol.
Yeah, they're all Mongol.
Yeah, but
You know,
no.
they say Turks and Mongols.
So the Chinese and Japanese, and they understand the Chinese and Japanese, and they understand that they have a shared ancestry. But politically
When you
speaking,
look at, when you look
yeah,
at,
I'm saying they're
when you
different
look at the
people.
Mongol people,
Yeah.
right, the Mongolian people,
Yeah.
specifically,
Genghis Khan and them people.
compared to the other Chinese, I mean, they are the same people.
Yeah.
But if you compare the two, the Mongols
Are
they're-
darker people.
Not only dark, but
Yeah.
they're huge, like massive people.
No, but
You understand?
I get the
Now,
fact that.
and the Chinese are
No,
short.
no.
honestly,
But
What does it mean?
Right.
What does it
No,
mean?
but-
That's not norm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get that variation.
But this is the point, because it's one thing to say, for example, the original people of India, yeah, what they call the Dravidians, yeah, dark-skinned people, whatever. Then you get an influx of the original Aryans, so to speak, yeah, and then you get what we now call today Indians, right? You know what I'm saying? Apparently, right? Now, it doesn't mean that they didn't descend from there's not Dravidian in them, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then that, but some of them have more Dravidian than others. So I'd say, for example, people in Sri Lanka. You know what I'm saying? So using the Mongoloid example, whatever happened in that area, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, but those people, Korea, they generally understand that they have a shared ancestry.
Yeah.
Their divisions are political. And so within that, over time, they develop different cultures, but not necessarily totally unrelated cultures either. Just what I'm saying. Because as I understand it, and in Japan, for a long time, they were writing in their own languages, but they used the script from China. Right? That's my understanding.
I don't know about that.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, my point is that these designations are European anthropological designations, yeah, that have and because of the relationship between church and state, so to speak, in the development of European civilization, they've put these things together, and we're now defining ourselves according to them. Right?
This goes back to
One more thing. Because even when it comes to Bantu, like I was saying before, I don't know of a people group called Bantu. I know of a language that contains the word Bantu to refer to people. Right? So the idea that people in West Africa, because the Bantu language group is specific to certain areas. It's quite a broad, but technically speaking, But I'm saying that linguistically, when you talk about West Africa, most people will talk about Niger Congo languages, right? Now, again, they're not completely necessarily unrelated in the sense of the fact that Bantu extends to Central Africa. Obviously, Niger Congo also extends to Central Africa. But I'm saying, specifically speaking, when people talk about Bantu and Bantu expansion, we have to be careful because, again, how European anthropologists apply the terminology,
it's just a lazy way of
it might be lazy, right? Just I'm saying.
We'll go back to the same thing you said earlier.
Yeah.
How these same European people came to Africa.
Yeah.
They saw a ruling class in certain countries.
Yeah.
And they named that country after that country.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason I've used this analogy is because, like, these same people, they have come to Africa and they've seen different classes of people. Like certain people, like when they look into history, like they've seen Cushitic people. They're right here. Oh yeah, we've got the Bantu speaking people. We've got it here. And so what they've done is that they've just labeled according to what we labeled ourselves to begin with. And they're just showing us like that's all they've done.
I get that in some instances. I'm saying that I don't know that to be the case when it comes to Ham. Yeah, and Shem. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Bantu, you can make an argument for that. Uganda, we can make an argument for that. Yeah.
But Ham,
Congo, we can make an argument for that. I don't know if we can make an argument for that for Ham, Shem, even Cushitic. Yeah, in terms of how the Bible uses Cushitic. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Right.
According to how the Bible uses it, it's not truly correct.
Right.
But however, the name did exist in that same area where they said existed. That's why the reason why I'm using the Bible. It's not that I'm trying to use I'm not trying to use the Bible as a historical reference. But the reason why I'm using it is to to connect the bits and parts. Because at the end of the day, history is a very massive thing.
Definitely.
And you need to look into different books and different stuff to get certain.
Well, you know what I'm going to suggest? We probably reached the limit of where we're going to get to today, beyond doing more research. So I'm going to research exactly what you said to me at the beginning of the conversation. I'm very interested in what I'm saying. And same.
This is a very important conversation.
It is.
The day you convince me, right, or you tell me that Ham didn't exist, right? Because then right now, from what I've heard or from what I've read already, right? The thing with me is this is what I do. I'm reading something. I see a very weird name. I click on it. So I lose track. Right. But I've come to this.
No, I like that as well, man. I'm reading like 5 books at the moment.
Same, man. You know what I'm saying? So I always when I'm reading books, I see something. I see a name.
Are you coming down from a biblical point of view?
No, I'm coming from Abrahamic point of view. That's number one, and I'm also trying to come from a normal, common historical.
Basically, my argument is that Abrahamic traditions don't validate African history.
I get that.
His argument is that basically it can.
Some limits.
What about the difference within the Abrahamic religions? Because you may look at the Bible, but what does Islam say, for example?
Yeah, but Islam.
What does Judaism say? Sometimes they can have
Judaism, and the Bible and Judaism are the same thing. They say the same shit. But come back to Islam. In Islam, you've got the Quran, and the Quran does not give you detailed history. It's the word of Allah. Right? But the hadith, most of the hadith, right? They kind of complement the Bible narrative. They kind of complement the Bible narrative. For example, For example, the existence of Nimrod, which Shakara would say didn't exist. Nimrod, the Bible, the Hadith complements that Nimrod existed at the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam, right? But come back to the point, Baba. All I want you to research, right? The name of Ham, its meaning, right? And what's it called? The date. Right?
And to be honest, it's not something that I've not researched before,
Come on.
But
you haven't done enough.
But it's because I'm thinking I've come across etymologies and meanings before, but at the moment they're not in my head, so I'm not going to go into.
Etymology is really important.
Yeah.
Etymology will take you back to what something really means. And where it comes from.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right now, I'm actually looking into. I'm studying on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
There's a guy that does etymology lessons. I'm studying his etymology,
Right,
so I understand what certain. So today we use words, but we don't even know what it means.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So that's why I like etymology very much.
No, I'm like that as well. I do it in a different context, but yeah, it's
that's why I do linguistics. And words like or cam, you get what I'm saying, relate to the word car.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the point I was trying to make,
which means black. So basically, everything he's trying to say is black. So when they said car or cam, you know what I'm saying, they meant black.
It's kind of similar to what you were saying before.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is that ham, Marcus said it perfectly as well. I didn't know about the carbon part, but I think that's correct as well. I don't know.
We say car.
Essential element in everything.
Car and bar in chemical. Yeah, right. So car is carbon.
Now ham, which is or the hamex, right? And ham.
Yeah. I got it in my head.
And what's it called? Hush. Right. These are names that we need to look into. So, to hell to Nimrod, because we're not interested in him right now, right? Nimrod, we'll get to Nimrod after, because you can't confirm Nimrod without confirming ham first.
Right.
You understand? So after we confirm ham, then we can talk about Nimrod.
We'll get to the rest of it.
You know what I'm saying? Easily. So the point I was trying to make the whole time, or maybe just what I said, just to relapse. So we've got a land code, the land of Ham. And the people inhabiting were the people of Hush. According to Abrahamic religion, Hush was the son of Ham. Right? And the land which Ham, so the land of Hush was named after their ancestor, Ham. Right? Now that could be the reason. And also, when we talk about the Bible coming coming after the historical, okay, that's correct. But what you need to understand is that the Bible came when these things were already there. And to my
it was civilization there anyway.
Yeah. True, but what I'm trying to say is that what the Bible did is that the people, the Abrahamic religion, when they were coming forth, the people that were living there, they just documented the names of the people that already lived there. So what you see in the Bible, or in that.
I get your point.
Who did that? Europeans?
No, not Europeans.
No, but my point is
actually the Bible.
I get your point. But what I'm saying is,
so not the Europeans, bro. The Europeans came later. Actually, what the first Bible that the Europeans got was the Vulgate Bible, right? Which later.
So whose version do we have now?
Whose version do we have right now?
Which version do you believe?
The first European Bible was the Tyndale Bible.
Sometimes there's a lot of confusion.
Whose version are we using now?
I don't know.
Are we using the ancient people who originally wrote it?
We're not using the ancient one. We're not using that's the point. We're not using the ancient one. What we have today, it's a book which is under the name of Abrahamic religion, which is not actually, and they're trying their best. That's why you got Christians believing that the Earth or the universe exists 600,000 years, right? Which exactly.
It was more because.
So the point I'm trying to make is that when Abraham or these people came, there was Cush already. Right, they were these people already, so they just documented what they saw. And also, you had, for example, the Torah. It was the book of Moses, right?
They're descendants of Noah, so
exactly. So the book of Noah, for example, the book of Noah, for example, it was only about the laws of God. Do this, do that. Worship this, worship that. But then, after time passed, the book that was that small became that big. Why? Because the people trying to edit and put their own commentary. And the more commentary you put on, you got, so it's like different historians commentating on the same book, and you've got the same confliction within the same book.
It's Europeans doing that.
Exactly.
Not the Africans or the people who live in those lands are writing texts so they can be compiled as a book. What they're doing, they're keeping scriptures and scrolls for schools of thought. You understand? So if you wanted to go there and learn about certain things, you can do that. Rather than say, they're collecting them so they can put them in a book, and then some other people can come and take it, convert it, and misconstrue it, and give it back.
Exactly. For example, how did Ham go from Ham to Ham? Right. For example, if you tell me that what's it called, the name Ham is not indigenous to Africa, you're right. Ham is the name Ham, the English version, is not indigenous to Africa. However, words like Ha I'm a Somali.
But as I said to you,
I use those words.
But as I said to you, if you're saying, and again, because there's two things there. One, because a word sounds like another word, doesn't necessarily mean
Arabs use
right. It's a derivation, right? That's first thing. But it could be, and if it is, I don't have a problem with it. Right? That's what I'm saying. But for example, as I was explaining to the brother, you've got black Hebrews that are separating West Africa at the moment based upon who is a Hamite, a Shemite. Yeah, my point is that where in West, how does Hamite and Shemite, even if you're going to make an argument that it relates to East Africa, where does it relate to West Africa and South Africa? You know what I'm saying? And Central Africa. How do you define the Khoisan? Yeah, in this argument, you know what I'm saying, right? Everybody on the planet Earth is not a Hamite or a Shemite.
Shakara. What we're talking about here is, for example, like we said earlier as well.
Yeah.
The leading people of that place is the name that will be used to be called after these nations. Yeah. Now, when you say that, so repeat what you said.
I'm saying, like, for example, black Hebrews. Yeah. They go to West Africa. This one's a Hamite. This is a Shemite. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we separating people in Africa according to who's a Hamite and a Shemite or not? And it might not do it for the whole continent. Like say this whole thing applies. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense.
And even as well, I just remembered. What categories are we using? I think some of it using these European categories.
But
you see with the
these
maps,
names are not European. That's what you need to understand.
They had places like
it was taken by the Europeans.
You're missing my point. Forget the name.
Yeah, but it didn't say Judah though.
No, but man, I
relate. It said Judah, and man, I'm saying that is actually Judah.
No, it's not.
And I'm disagreeing with that.
I'm saying man, I relate.
The thing about us,
sorry, on that point, what they practiced there was voodoo. But anyway,
coming back to the point.
No.
Voodoo,
what's that?
We keep talking about Europeans categorizing us, right?
Yeah.
The thing is this: we categorized ourselves before, like we've been putting ourselves into groups before the Europeans even came.
I'm not saying that we didn't have groups,
right?
I'm saying that
we've been fighting wars, and we've been against each other for years.
It's not just along tribe line, tribe X, tribe Y.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, whatever groups we were, let's look at it according to what we had in it.
Yeah.
Right? Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm not trying to say.
Big up family. I'm here, man. Big up Chantel. Big up everyone. Big up Sarah. Come on. Yeah, you can jump on, man. This is not that. It's Sunday school, but we're gonna be flipping through videos as well, man. Other videos and stuff. I just got one lined up, so I had that one on for the meantime. It's good. It's a good, interesting start. You get it? Interesting. It's just was Kingo was on the other channel. Yeah, you see, I got it on the other channel. I'm just trying to get people who are on the other channel to come and subscribe to this one, and this is where we at. I'm soon gonna lock that off. You get it? But yeah, that one seems to have more subscribers to Freestyle Friday TV. So yeah, man, big up Shelter, man. Yeah. All right, what am I doing now? Okay, let me cut this one. Boom. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to it. Right now. Kingo.
Yo, big up.
We say, man.
Yeah, big up, everybody. Yeah, no, do you know what? Yeah, let me ask you a question, Mackie. Yeah.
Go.
Big up. Yo, who's that? Who else is that? Who's that?
What?
Oh, yeah, big up, everybody.
What are you talking about?
Oh, shit, I can hear myself twice. All right, so I can hear myself back. One sec.
You have to turn off one.
I'm talking to myself in the replay, bro.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, go on,
I don't know why it's doing it still, but I might have to turn one up. One sec, let me come back. It's nice.
Yeah. All right. All right. What was I doing? Sorry, yeah. Caught me in the middle of something. That's the pizza, Mr. Shabanitza. Boom. Boom. Look at Hawa or Eve there looking like Axum. Yeah. Look at this Adam or Cadman. Come on, man. Like, you gotta know the names. You gotta know who's what, man. Right, you know what I mean? Like, give you some education, man. Let the teacher teach, man.
Okay, so now we find out that this person called Nachash, or this being called Nachash, can talk. We found out that he was shrewd, so he had character. You know what I'm saying? We found out that he was able to question the God of the Bible and tell Adam and Eve what God knew. God does know, he said. We find out that the word beast of the field is not in there. Not in Hebrew. King James and them might put in their poor English translation like we spoke about Denzel and them people. But not here. They didn't want the Bible in the original language. They don't want you to learn the Bible in Hebrew in none of these churches here. They want to keep you in English. If you ever read in Hebrew, start seeing what he says, it's going to give you a whole other story. Because this right here is not a beast of the field, but he's a living what? A person that lives in a certain country. And he was made by God. Like anybody else. That same word you talk about is other beings being made. And what else it say? And he, what? And he, was it? Omar. Aleph. Mim Rish in Hebrew. Aleph, Mim Rish. Amar. He spoke. The same way Adam, the same way Abraham, the same way Moses, the same way all the rest of them. He spoke in the same way you spoke. Now we have another attribute. He has a larynx and a voice box. A voice. He actually can speak. He lives in a specific land. He wears some clothes. He has opinions different than God. He's shrewd, right? We're talking about a person. And they want to make me and you think of some Hollywood creature with thorns and horns and pitchforks to take the attention off themselves. The biggest trick the devil got going is people are walking and talking every day don't realize it's the devil. You watching on television, you see he's the devil. All they do is convince people to smoke and to drink. And they got people doing all kind of things. Every video, people got to be shaking their butts. And everything is based on lust. And everything is based on alcohol and fun and fast cars and bungee jumping and skiing and all kind of dangerous things. And now hockey games can't be hockey. They got to be punching and they allow it. You can pay to see them put on their underwear and put on pigskin gloves and get in the ring and beat on each other for hours. As long as you're paying for boxing is okay. Now they got the He-Man program where regular people with no training, two men can just get in the ring and beat each other unmercifully for the pleasures of people. You understand? That's the works of the devil. Bars are the works of the devil. Drunkenness is one of the devil's playgrounds. Gambling is one of the devil's playgrounds. Cigarette smoking, not just marijuana and all the other drugs, cigarette smoking is one of the devil's playgrounds. Eating pork is against God's law. Just read your book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. But they'll make you think that it's good. It's okay. Now they got diseases because God got plagues coming down on people eating all kind of filth. You see? Because that's the day and time we're in. Open mouth disease. Mad cow disease. You got AIDS, and herpes, and syphilis, and gonorrhea. You got all kind of brain damages from alcohol, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and all that. High blood pressure from bad food, and sugar diabetes from too much candy. Who you think puts all them candy bars in the store? Let's talk for a minute. Can we talk here? Yeah. You walk into the average grocery store. On your way out the grocery store trying to buy food, they got a side counter for junk. And they'll tell you that if you eat candy, it's going to rot in your teeth and results in cavity and pain and suffering. But the children are giving candy on Christmas, giving candy on Halloween, Easter, and then go to the store and buy candy bars, drink sweet sodas full of sugar, ice cream. In a hot summer, oh man, I'm so hot, I gotta give me some ice cream. The moment the ice cream gets in your stomach, the ice is gone, and now you're dealing with sugar and milk. More cow's disease. Thousands of people die each year of car accidents. You talking to me? Can you hear me? Yes. Yet the cars are getting faster. They're increasing the speed limit, but they're telling you they don't want people to kill themselves. Make all the cars 55 miles and nothing over, and you cut down on 90% of the accidents. No more sports cars. Sports is something you play on a field or a court, not in the streets. No more sports cars. No more convertibles, they're not safe. If you're after a certain age, you cannot drive. And before a certain age, you cannot drive. You don't just get a driver's license once and walk away. You come back and get tested every 6 months to make sure you're safe, because you could be playing baseball and get hit upside the head while you have a driver's license, knock your sight out, and 6 months later kill somebody. If you got busted for intoxication, you never can drive again, because you're driving a gun. Take off the killer movies. Take off the good guy, bad guy. And those cop stories don't help, because it's an illusion to tell people that everybody that commits a crime gets caught. Because I have many friends who were struck down by assailants and the criminal have not been caught. I know many people who have been robbed and the criminals have not been caught. It's an illusion to make you think that if someone walks up and shoots a person, they automatically get caught. That's an illusion on television, and the kids don't believe it no more, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. So if you want to stop it, stop making the movies with all these supernatural killers and supernatural cops. You follow? But you ain't going to do that. You ain't going to put 55 miles an hour. I don't say you can't, but they put them on little children's cars. They won't go no more than 10 miles an hour. So you can control it by just changing the size of the engine. But the devil wants people dead. The devil wants you with cavities. The devil wants you with high blood pressure. The devil wants you with sugar diabetes. The devil wants you with bad sight. I can guarantee more accidents. The devil wants to make you sick. That's part of his job. And he ain't somewhere in some pit in hell. Stop falling for that crap. Scientists then dug straight down to this planet. And they did not find a place called hell. You understand? They're down there now. Don't be telling them, ooh, down there's a big old pit of hell, and the devil got a big pitchfork. If you bad, that's where you're going. Ooh, God. That's crap. There ain't no hell down there anywhere. Hell is right here where we at, because the devil is walking amongst us every day. And he's the one that advocates. He's the one that advertises. He's the one that promotes all the devilishment. And he does it subtly. He makes a girl think that painting a fake face on her makes her more beautiful. Why does a girl want to be more beautiful? Because she wants to attract the opposite sex. So the whole purpose of women wearing tight clothes and splits up there and over makeup and all this hair and wigs is just to become loose. To lure men. Why do men do it? To lure women. Where do we meet? In the bar. What do we do? Drinking soap. What are the results? AIDS and herpes. It's happening from the schools, in the churches. It's happening all across. The devil is walking. Amongst us. Again, I repeat. If I get down to Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, it was one of my favorite verses in the Bible. I'm going to jump in and come back. And I will put enmity between the woman and... Now watch this. Let's say it again. Do you understand that? You go there? Now let's first find out who's talking. God is talking to the serpent and the woman. Now in 15, who's he talking to? Huh? Between thee and the woman. He's talking to the devil. God is talking who to? Read it. And I will put. Right. What is the word enmity? Aba. Alif. Yad. Bet. Hey. Aba. Hatred. Who is the advocate of hatred? No. God said he had to put it there. So that means the devil didn't have it initially. It said right there, I'm going to put hatred between y'all. Who's the advocate of hate then? You better go back and see about this translation of the Bible and find out who they're teaching you about, because you think this Bible is teaching you about God. But those translators translated to make it teach you to worship the devil in a subtle kind of way. And you don't even know it. Read that again. Who created the first 8 on the planet? No, he didn't. Not according to what you just read. Genesis chapter 3 verse 15 says God is going to put the Abba between them. Why? Why create hate? Why create a devil or make a devil? If you know he's going to become shrewd and an adversary, why even make him? You understand? You follow this? Yes. Because people don't see that. But it says, I'm going to make hate exist between the woman, meaning Eve, seed, her descendants, and what? And thy seed. Meaning the devil is going to have children. So when Eve gives birth to her seed, the devil is giving birth at the same time to one of his. And 4 people are walking together. 2 of them could be devils, children, and 2 of them could be each. If a husband and wife is walking together, 1 of them could be the devil, child, and 1 of them could be. Don't say, Rev Malachi, how do I know? Because it says in the Bible, when you see that spirit, test that spirit to see whether it's of God. Because many false prophets have gone into the world. Test that minister on that pulpit. That's true. Amen. You know what I'm saying? Look into it. They're wolves in sheep's clothing, moving among us. We don't hate them. Not in the Wapians. That's not what we're taught. We're taught help them, clean them up, pick the brother up, straighten them out. But they teach hate, racism, separation, division. That's the devil's job. But this character in this book of Genesis chapter 3, he never did that. But he's accused. He's being slandered against. This guy Nakash, I don't see nowhere in here where he did anything evil. He didn't hate Eve or Eve's seed. God said he's going to put hate there. Why? Because he told Eve to do something that God said don't do. And what Eve found out is that what he said was true. That's frightening. That we've been taught in this chapter here that this is the birth of the devil. And he's an evil man. He's an evil demon. He's going to mess our lives up. And that's not what's written right in front of your face when you really read it. How many other things are being done like that to you? When you're sitting up there in church or the mosque or the synagogue and you read that one, and the preacher who happens to be possibly a devil himself or a devil seed, his job is to control your mind and make you think things about people. And verse number 8 says, this is Genesis chapter 3 again, still on that serpent subject. And they heard the voice of Yahweh Elohim walking. They got the word halak, to walk, to go about, to move along. So they heard Yahweh Elohim, the Lord God. They heard his footsteps walking. He has legs. He also has feet. He has motivation, balancement. A cerebellum, a medulla oblongata, a cerebrum. He has brains. He keeps himself balanced as he walks, because without it, you couldn't. So the Lord God is walking, according to the Bible. He's walking in the what? Garden. Gan. In the cool of the yom. A specific day. In the daytime, not the night. When it was cool, God was walking. And they heard him. Who's they? And that's right. They make you think only Adam and Eve heard it. It says they. Don't say who. And he was there. They all heard him, right? What happened then, y'all?
Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden.
So they went into the trees of the garden and tried to hide. What else did they learn? What is that? That's deception. It didn't say that the devil knew deception. It said he was cunning. Where did they get the deception from?